Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Jordan Andrew. Welcome back to the second of two podcasts on the day for the Two-Man Advantage podcast. I'm Jordan Andrew. That's Dylan Kapiski. Nothing's changed between both of us except the topic. So yeah, why don't we just dive right in?
No, you're not even gonna pretend. I just said this was going out on Friday, but yeah, second one of the day. Ah, great job. Read the script, damn it. Yeah, so this is the second one we're recording, but it's the first one that you're hearing on this lovely Friday, unless you decided to save last night's, which is tonight's. I okay, moving on. It's just too confusing to figure this out.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're trying to say.
We'll get better. We'll get better. But only if you head to patreon.com/2manadv to help us get better. Alright, there's the shameless plug. Let's move on to the Tampa Bay Rays series. Brian Johnson, I believe, is getting the start in game one. And he will be taking on. Wow, that is a strange name.
Read it.
No.
Read it.
No, I'm good.
Right,
So the Rays will come in 2 games over 500, whereas the Red Sox will come in 50 games over 500. I think it's quite easy to see who's having the better year. Is Brian Johnson gonna keep up his string of good starts out of the pen, or is that one inning that he had to pitch on Sunday in Baltimore gonna kill him?
Nah, he'll be fine. It was basically like having a side session kind of day. There's nothing outrageous about it. It was one inning. He looked okay, but he'll be fine. There shouldn't be a problem with him.
So the pitcher who will remain unnamed because I am not even gonna attempt to say that.
Ryan Stanek.
See, that's why I wasn't trying to attempt it.
It's Stanek.
He'll come in with a 1-3 record and a 2.45 ERA, whereas Johnson comes in 3-3 with a 3.95 ERA. So if you look at wins and losses, this game favors us. But if you look at the stats that really matter a whole hell of a lot,
this guy's a reliever.
Okay, so is Brian Johnson.
No, but this guy I think has only made 2 starts this year.
Whatever. His numbers are good. He'll probably only go 2 innings because that's all any Rays pitcher goes these days. Rays coming off a series against the Yankees, worth noting.
They're proving it right now.
Jalen Beeks actually pitched a pretty fine game on Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. It was in a losing effort, but it wasn't really his fault.
His ERA is 3 with Tampa Bay.
It's still bad for the year.
That's gross.
So game one, that's the pitching matchup. It's a battle of relievers. Really not a whole lot to digest there. It's in Fenway. Red Sox play ridiculously well at home. They play great everywhere, but it's especially so when it's in front of the green walls. So we'll just move right on to game 2 of the series. 7-10 start, just as with game 1. This time, we see David Price on the mound, who has been
my boy
outstanding since the All-Star break. Comes in 12-6 with a 3.75 ERA. Do you expect more of the same, or is Tampa Bay just going to come out of nowhere and hand him a bad start?
It's Tampa.
It's his former team.
No, I see him having another fine outing. I mean, he may not be as electric as he was in the Baltimore start because, quite frankly, it'd be hard to do better. Maybe he could go deeper into the game. That would be maybe a little more helpful than letting the bullpen try and decide it. But no, he'll be. I think he'll be great. Arguably, probably the best start of the series, other than maybe the guy who's starting after him. It definitely won't be the worst start of the handful.
Hopefully not.
But yeah, he should be fine. I'm looking forward to it, and I've been saying it for the first time really since 2016. I'm really looking forward to watching David Price pitch now. I really am.
I'm intrigued.
It's getting to the point where I'm actually yes, David Price is pitching. This is going to be a good game to watch. In 2016, he started terribly, and then after that, he was fine the rest of the year. 2017, I was off the Price bandwagon, and then he was hurt for most of the year. But then when he was in the bullpen, I fell in love with him again. And then this year, I've been off and on. After that Yankee start at Yankee Stadium, I was off of it, and then I was You know
Then
what?
after that Yankee start at Fenway Park, you get back on it.
No, I was back on it actually after the one inning against Baltimore.
That was just out of pity.
Well, no, it was because like I saw him he threw fastballs like 95, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
he's back. Okay, no, but he's been electric since the break. He and Sale have become a two-headed monster at the top of the rotation again, so I'm looking forward to it.
He'll be taking on Tyler Glasnow. I don't mind butchering that name. Who comes in with a 1-2 record and a 3.97 ERA. I don't know a damn thing about the Rays starters in this series, so I'm not even gonna pretend.
He's the guy that they got in the Chris Archer deal with Pittsburgh. That's really about all I know. He was an up and coming.
Wonderful.
He was an up and coming pitching prospect. He's very hyped up, and he just hasn't lived up to it yet.
So here's what I'm most intrigued about: is Chris Sale on Sunday.
Shocking.
Is he actually gonna pitch?
Probably.
Is he actually gonna go deep in this game?
I hope
so. Is he gonna get pulled after 68 pitches?
I hope so. This will be my. I don't want to brag, but I'm gonna brag a little bit. This is the third sales start I'll be going to this year. But the thing is, in the two that I went to prior, he only went 5 innings in both of them. So I'm hopefully that streak is broken, and he's able to go 6 or 7, because watching him pitch live is a hell of an experience. But he's hoping. I'm gonna assume he's gonna go further than he did against Baltimore. I think they really were just trying to make sure his arm was okay and see how he bounced back after that, and just gradually give him more and more pitches every single outing.
Yeah, well, if that's the trend that he has when you go to his starts, I definitely am not going to go to that game with you. But there is a potential that we will have live in-park, not live, but in-park coverage of this game. Potentially. Not that anyone is listening or cares, but there's a chance.
That one person in Canada probably cares. And I love you.
I figured out who that is, by the way.
I love you.
Yeah, they stopped listening.
Is it something I
said? Nah, they had ulterior motives. It's a story.
I need to hear this when we wrap this up.
It's not that kind of story. Jeez.
I still want to hear it. I want to know. This pertains to me too, so.
Chris Sale will be facing the former acronym back when they were the Devil Rays, TBD. So, definitely don't. I don't know anything about the Rays rotation anyway.
They have nobody.
I definitely don't know about a guy who they don't even know about. So.
It'll probably be a reliever again, because the Rays legit have one starting.
They have
pitcher.
A bullpen.
They have one starting pitcher until Blake Snell comes back, and then they have 2. So.
Hooray! They got a deep rotation.
But they got crapped on by the injury bug in spring training, because they had 3 guys get bagged with Tommy John surgery in March, and then one more in April. So you're just like, wow, so literally an entire rotation worth of starters is now recovering from Tommy John surgery. So we're going to roll to the season with Chris Archer, Blake Snell, and just pray a reliever can go 3 innings. 3 days in a row. Oh my god, this is
Chris Sale will have to get 8 strikeouts in this game to reclaim the strikeout lead. Do you think he's gonna do it?
Probably. It's Chris Sale. Why wouldn't? Yeah. If he doesn't, I'll be concerned.
Yeah. Do you think we were having a conversation earlier about JD Martinez potentially getting the Triple Crown? Do you think Sale's got a shot at the pitching Triple Crown?
The pitching Triple Crown is what? Wins, strikeouts, and ERA?
Yeah. No. He leads in ERA and strikeouts in the AL.
No, because I don't think he's going to get the wins. Was he at 12 right now?
Yeah.
The lead's 15.
Leader's only 15.
The leader's 15, but the problem is one of those guys is Kluber.
Well, yeah.
Another one of those guys is Severino, who, if he figures it out, he's
he's not gonna figure it out.
And then another one is his teammate, Porcello. And hopefully Porcello.
I mean, as much as I would like to think that Porcello is going to keep up his recent string, I don't know if he'll get the wins.
If Rick Porcello wins 20 games for the second time in his Red Sox career, I might I might buy a jersey. I might just do it. Like 20 wins.
There is the potential though that this damn Red Sox team could. Now it's gonna take a lot of fall off from some guys. Well, only really one. But the Red Sox could win both the batting and pitching triple crowns as a team, but the individual triple crowns, but as a team. Because right now you got Mookie leading batting average for the league, you have JD leading home runs for the league, and JD leading RBIs for the league. Chris Sale's second in ERA. Rick Porcello's tied for first in wins, and if Chris Sale can just keep up the pace he was on, he's currently tied second, but in all likelihood, he'll walk away from Sunday in the MLB lead for strikeouts. So, I mean, those are 6 categories, and those are 6 Red Sox right near the top. So the team could have a double, triple crown.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about. I actually hadn't thought about that until you brought it up. So it's an interesting thought. Yeah, I don't really know what to say to that other than that's crazy.
I mean, it's almost a lock that they're gonna get. As a
team,
they're gonna get the batting triple.
Yeah, the only thing will be about the 2 guys, Porcello and Sale, keeping up their pace, because I think it's more likely that Mookie and JD are going to maintain their leads in their respective categories than because one bad outing for Sale screws him.
Right.
One bad outing for Porcello doesn't really, because he's got 15 wins. So if he gives up 6 runs and gets a win, he's still got the lead wins. So
yeah.
But if Sale has a bad outing where he gives up like 4 runs in 5 innings or 6 innings, and
goes the ERA.
His whip and ERA are gone. So not terribly, but they're not leading.
Yeah. So let's move on to some superlatives, because there's not much to preview because we don't know anything.
It's just like the Baltimore series. We got a reliever starting game 1. We've got a prospect who's been dog meat since he got called up last year in game 2, and then the good old TBD in game 3. It's weird how many teams have TBD on their team. I don't think that's legal. I don't think it's allowed.
But it's weird though, because I'm actually looking forward to this series. Like, I was just taking the piss out of the Baltimore series because I didn't care. I knew that was going to be a sweep. But this one, like, I'm actually looking forward to it. The Rays are playing above 500. Like, this could be a competitive series. I don't know enough to care.
I don't know enough to actually make a formulated opinion on anything, because the only thing that you can really give an actual opinion on, the only game you can actually analyze, if we had time to do that, would be Price versus Glasnow on Saturday. That's really about it. It's because that's the only thing.
Be much of an analysis.
That's the only game where you have enough certainty to be like, yeah. Because I'm not going to be like, yeah, Ryan Stanek is going to go 6 innings tomorrow, or today, because it's going to be released on Friday. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, this dude's going to go 6 innings, and the Red Sox have a hard time hitting. I'm going to be like, who the hell's coming in the 3rd when he's done? Like,
seriously,
it's very confusing. I guess we'll wait and see, and then we'll see who the hell's starting against Sale on Sunday. Yeah. They should just put a pitching machine out there.
So let's that would be TBD. So let's just let's hand out some superlatives here, or predict some superlatives. We'll just stick with the Red Sox, I guess. Worst start.
Brian Johnson. That's an obvious answer.
Yeah, it's low hanging fruit, but it's called that for a reason.
I mean,
it's David Price, who's been on fire, versus Chris Sale, who is the pitching equivalent of Jesus. So
yeah, it may not even be because Brian Johnson pitches bad. It's just the 2 guys he's got after him are just far superior. I mean, it's possible that maybe like we're nitpicking when we do the recap of this series, and we're like, oh, Brian Johnson went 6, allowed 1. David Price went 7, allowed 2. ERA-wise, Price was worth. We could be nitpicking at the end of the series, but it's just right now it's too.
Well, we
talked
about
obvious.
We talked about this with the Toronto series. I mean, the stat lines don't mean
that much. It's like
lot,
really
Brian
about
Johnson had easily the best start of that series, but Drew Pomeranz had the best numbers. So
and Pomeranz got licked.
So it is situational when it comes to that. But who do you got for Best start.
Sale.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna be contrarian because I don't want to agree with you on everything. I'm gonna say David Price is gonna have the best start, only because after the Baltimore start with Sale, yes, he was the most electric. He was the best in terms of like just flat out dominant, had the lowest pitch count, whatever. He only went 68 pitches. I have no idea what his leash is on Sunday.
I don't know that he has one.
With Price, if he goes out there and he twirls a gem, he'll just go out there until he runs out of gas. With Sale, it's like he's at 80 pitches. Third time through the order, do I really want to put him back out there? Like with David Price, you're like, okay, he's at 92 pitches. It's the 7th inning. Do we send him back out for the 8th? Yes, it's Tampa Bay. What the hell am I thinking? They throw him back out there.
Yeah.
But we can't use that logic with Sale because he just got yanked after 5 against Baltimore, even though he was flat out.
Yeah, but I think where he said he felt good, and everybody said that he felt good and could have kept going, but they just took a precaution. I don't think there is that same precaution being taken this Sunday. Moving forward, who's going to be the best hitter across 3 games against Tampa?
I'm going to be, again, contrarian. I'm picking Kinsler. He's getting activated today because this is getting released Friday. Kinsler's going to be activated before Game 1. He's only expected to play the first 2 games of the series, but I feel like his impact alone, taking a guy like Nunez and Holt out of the everyday lineup. I know Holt had a red-hot road trip.
Right.
But you have a more stable piece at second base, Gold Glove caliber defense, Silver Slugger caliber bat. I can just see him just going out there and being like, Kinsler. I'm not the guy that played for LA for the entire year, for the entire first half of the year. I'm a guy that can actually help a team win a World Series. And he goes out there and he may even hit his first Red Sox home run.
You said that Kinsler was a contrarian pick. Well, I don't even know if this guy's gonna play in the series. I'm going Steve Pearce.
Yeah.
He loves the freaking monster.
He sure does. I mean,
if he's not hitting homers over it, he's hitting doubles off it. So
yeah, it's really gonna probably count on who the hell is pitching Sunday for Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
because we've seen that apparently the plan is to platoon him with Moreland, but at this point, I know Moreland has 3-run double against the Phillies in the finale of that game, but Moreland's done nothing for me since the start of July.
Yeah,
I don't know how he was an all-star. Steve Pearce has been far and away better since Pearce got here. Pearce has been a better pick at first base.
Yeah.
And the defense,
been a better fielder too.
I mean, neither of them have made any errors. So, but Pearce just looks.
But I feel like Pearce has
offensive.
saved a lot of errors.
At first base, you can get away with having a guy there that isn't the best defender in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the Oakland A's in 2002 put Scott Hatteberg, who couldn't even throw a baseball at first base, and they won 100 games. I mean, granted, the Red Sox could put me at first base and probably still win 100 games this year because I don't think I could suck that bad. But yeah, I mean, they don't really need to. They don't. I mean, it's not really. It's more depending on who's going to play in October. But right now, Pearce is the better pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, he may not even play.
Let's wrap it up here with an MVP for the series.
I'm going to go with. This is going to be an interesting one, and I know we talked about it in the last show how much we love this guy. Going Sandy Leone.
Oh, okay.
Just because I know Swihart always catches Johnson. Well, Swihart or Vasquez, because Vasquez is hurt. It's gonna be Swihart.
Yeah, probably.
And Leone's gonna catch Price and Sale, obviously. So you take your pick there. He's probably going to have a catching ERA of like 0 for starting pitching, and Swihart is probably going to have a run score while he's catching, so it's going to suck for him. But he might get the short end of the stick. But my pick is going to be Sandy Leone, who actually offensively he's been steady the last handful of times he's been out there. He's not like a world beater by any means. He's not the 2016 Leone that came up and literally was Jesus H. Christ out there. But he may get a couple of big hits, maybe get like kind of like that Yankees game where he hit that double that they had to review, and it hit like a fraction of the chalk.
The speck of the chalk.
I can see him having like maybe a big double, or maybe he'll unload on a home run or something. But I can see him alone being behind the plate catching. He'll be enough of a factor to garner that title.
I'm gonna go with Jackie Bradley Jr. I think all around, if you factor in hitting, base running, and fielding, I feel like he's gonna have the the best overall series. Probably gonna make at least one good play. He seems to always make a good play in home series. Um, and I think after he really, quite frankly, had a lackluster fielding performance on this road trip, by his standards, of course, he's still awesome, but didn't really have the best fielding performance. I feel like he's going to go out of his way to do something incredible in this series, and the way he's been swinging the bat lately, I think he's a viable candidate to light it up from the hitting side of things. So I'm going to go with Jackie, and I'm going to take it a step further and predict a Red Sox sweep.
But is Jackie Bradley Jr. good enough to hit to be determined?
Well.
What if they get Roger Clemens out of retirement for that game? He comes out there throwing 92 because.
Oh, did you hear? There's an auction going on to have. It ended last night. I was gonna bid.
That's pretty cool.
But then he would throw me a pitch and I would throw up. So can't really do that. So we are already past time to end this.
Before we end it, I can. We already passed it, so I might as well go a couple extra minutes. I have an honest question for you. What the hell are the Red Sox going to do with Rafael Devers? Because at this point, he's not doing anything productive. Offensively, he's been a mess. Defensively, he's been an absolute travesty. Like, he makes Pablo Sandoval look like a serviceable defensive third baseman. Offensively, he just hasn't been that good. And with Kinsler coming back, do you just send Devers down?
No.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't send him down when Kinsler's activated, you're going to have to designate one of Holt or Nunez for assignment, and Nunez has been fine. And Holt basically won you 2 games this road trip.
Yeah.
It's to the point where Devers has options. You send him down for the last couple weeks before September call-ups. Get a little bit of fine-tuning. You can call up Brandon Phillips maybe, so that way you don't have to get rid of him when September call-ups come. And then you give Devers another shot at winning his job back in September. Because I think having Kinsler back is enough of an upgrade to put Nunez at third and just have Devers just fine-tune some things down.
I agree that putting Kinsler back is enough that you don't need Devers at third. I would put Nunez at third, Kinsler at second. I don't think sending him down is the best thing for him. I think using him kind of as a pinch hit role, or a guy that you put in when you need everybody else to have a day off. I know Brock Holt can be that guy, but I mean Brock Holt's going to need days off too if he's just filling that role. I feel like Brock's the guy who you send in when Bogarts or Kinsler need a day off, and I feel like Devers would be the guy that you put at third. But I think using him in that sort of pinch hit role and playing a couple games every now and then until he can find his bat again, because he's not going to find the fielding this year. That's going to be something he needs to work on over the offseason. But he can definitely still be a valuable asset from the hitting side of things. He just needs to find it again. He's lost it since coming off the DL. And I think if you put him in that pinch hit role where his job is literally just going to be go out there and hit the ball for us when we call your number, I think you give him a better chance of getting his bat back.
Yeah, but the thing with him is he's going to need to play to get better, and I don't think him sitting there with the uncertainty of whether or not he's going to play in the game is going to do him any good. That's why I suggest sending him down for it's literally 2 weeks. It's basically like an extended rehab assignment because he only played 2 games on his rehab assignment after straining his hamstring. So you're basically giving him a 2-week run down in AAA. You tell him that you're like, listen, we got Kinsler coming back. Nunez has the hot hand. We don't want you not playing. So we send you down until September 1st. You come back up in September, so we don't have to designate anybody for assignment. We don't run the risk of losing an important piece of this team. You're still in our future plans. You're still in our current plans. We just want to make sure you're right for October because when we get there, you're the guy. We just want you to be right. And we need to run with a hot hand right now, and we know you can't get better if you're not playing.
And that does make sense, but my worry is where he's so young, I feel like sending him down wouldn't provide the what's the word? The the need for him to prove something. I feel like it would just kill his morale. Where he is this young. If it was maybe next year or the year after, and he's had a little bit more big time experience and saying, okay, well, I know that this is just a fine tuning thing, rather than, oh, so I didn't play good enough, so now I'm being sent down. I feel like it would kill his morale, um,
Well, I mean,
even though it's probably the right thing to do.
but think of it
Um,
this way, though. If a guy is that mentally soft where he can't respond to being sent down with bad performances, is that a guy you really want in your future plans? A guy that's just going to lose confidence because of something not going his way? I mean,
a guy who's hitting 17 home runs this year as a rookie, yeah.
he's not a rookie. Last
Oh,
year.
he should be.
No, he's not. He's got 17 home runs, but he's been a liability defensively, and he's not been consistent enough offensively to the point where you can forget his defense. Nunez at least is a serviceable defensive third baseman, and he's been hitting better. So like I don't know. I just think Devers probably needs at least maybe not even the full 2 weeks. Maybe just give him like 5 games down in
Yeah.
AAA. I don't know. I just think
Yeah,
it's worth thinking
a
about.
brief AAA stint wouldn't be the worst thing. Um, but I just think using him in that pinch hit role kind of tells him more of, okay, you need to find your bat rather than, okay, we don't like the way you're playing. Because, like I said, he's not just gonna magically become a Gold Glove third baseman. That's something that's gonna have to be worked on this off season and a lot of spring training next year.
Right.
So it is more about the bat. So I think if you put him in a situation where he's just hitting the ball, you're going to take care of the problem that is currently facing them rather than the problem that they need to address um, down the line. So
Perhaps. Just thought I'd bring it up before we wrap it up.
yeah, it is a good way to sign off on an episode that we really had no other information about. So
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
so yeah, I forgot I do the outros.
Yep.
So thanks guys for listening. You already know where to find us. If you even are still listening at this point, we thank you. I have been Dylan. I've been joined by Jordan, and enjoy this divisional series.
Peace out, guys.